Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Silent Night Felt Doll Panel Sew Along. I will be honest, this is week 2, and this is my very favorite week of the whole sew along. I can't wait. I might say that every week, but this week just brings me so much joy. So I can't wait to share it with you. Welcome, welcome. My name is Jennifer Long from Be So Inspired. I'm a fabric designer with Riley Blake Designs, and this week we are doing adding the details to the felt doll panel sew along from the felt panel from Silent Night collection. So this is a children's nativity felt doll playset, but it has so many uses, and we're going to talk about those today as well. If you are just joining us today, this video is the second video in a set of 4, so you can always go back and watch. You can watch it on the Be So Inspired YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe so you always are in the know. Or you can also watch it on our Be So Inspired Facebook group. So either one is great. Couple things before we get started. If you haven't already, sign up for the sew along. So you just go to Be So Inspired /fabric, and you'll see the fabric tab. You'll see all the fabric collections with Riley Blake Designs, and you'll just click on Silent Night, get the free panel downloads for the instructions, but also sign up for the sew along, because the sew along emails that go out have all of the information in it. It has all the links to the videos. It has the links to the downloads. It has the links to the tips and tricks or any blog posts that have come out as well. So you'll want to make sure you get those. So welcome, welcome. Here we go. Today, what we're going to use, this is such a fun week because you can be as creative as you want. There's no rules. Who loves a week with no rules? Me. So I'm going to do a lot of hand embroidery on my felt dolls to embellish them for a couple of reasons. So number one, I love that it adds texture and dimension. Hand embroidery with the embroidery floss just gives this like richness to it, and it gives this great texture. So it's great for children. It's great visually for adults as well. And it just adds so much more interest. You can feel welcome to stitch or glue on like sequins and buttons and different things. Although I do want to do a little disclosure here. If you are giving these felt dolls to young children, that's choking hazard, you do need to be aware. This is also why I love hand embroidery, because hand embroidery doesn't come out. It's really fixed at the back, and then it's going to be sandwiched in between as well. So it is safe. When you add other fun things, which are beautiful and fun, you just have to make sure that the recipient is age appropriate. If it's going to be a tree ornament on your tree, decorating, you can add all the sparkles and buttons and all the things. But if you're going to give it to a preschool or a toddler, just be aware of that. Okay. So today I'm going to talk about the hand embroidery because that's sort of where I'm focusing. I've got myself a whole bunch of different colors of Aurifil embroidery floss. I tried to get lots of different colors to match because you never know what I'm going to need. And I put them all in. If you've been around for a while and you know I love organizing, there's Organize Along happening right now. I love these little like craft bins. I have them for all my projects, and then whenever I want to work on something at the deck or take to the pool or to the beach, I can just grab what I'm working on. So I have a pair of scissors in here. I have extra embroidery needles in here. And then I have the cutout panels that I want to work on and my floss. And then when I open it up, I have some of the ones that I've done already on this side too. I'll take those out. So so I just love having that. You don't have to have those bins, but it's just a fun way to get organized. And I never want to not give a fun tip for organization. So you can choose any embroidery stitch that you want to embellish. So you can embellish, this is a Star of David flower, and I'm going to just come in. We're going to hopefully, if I angle it like this. You can see I've just done some long straight stitches, and then I'm going to cut this flower out. For the sheep, I've done a whole bunch of cute little French knots, and it just feels so fun and wonderful. So you can just see how this is going to be like really tactile for children. On one of my wise men, I've done all along the edge of his cloak. I kind of mirrored the design that I had there already and just did some straight stitches. I also want to get some and embellish the jewels on the crown. So anywhere you kind of want to just like show off. And then I also am doing all along all the pom-poms. I'm doing French knots around the camel. I think that's so fun. I might even add them here too. It's really fun. It's really fun to touch and it's really fun to play with. So I can just see that like kids are going to just really enjoy this in so many ways, like playing and all the things. So last week we got our panels, we got all our supplies. Did you back your entire, we gave you two options. You could back your entire panel with the craft felt, but in the yardages, and then you can cut your shapes out. Or you could cut the shapes out and then back them. So whatever you found more manageable, because it is a large panel and, you know, it's maybe you didn't have big pieces of craft felt or whatever. So you can do it either way. Either way is completely fine, but it's really nice to have this stability before you start your embroidery. So your embroidery will be like this on the back. It's totally fine because we're going to sandwich it at the end here anyways. So you can just do this with all of the shapes. So on the panel, you're going to use all of the shapes that you can find minus the bag. So there are bag tags and you're welcome to do it to the bag tags as well. Let's see if I can find some here. Oh yeah, they say the angel bag charm, for example. It says angel bag charm on there. So you can do it to the bag charms as well. But we'll talk about, I mean, you can even do it to the bag and the pockets on the bag. You know, you have this whole week. Actually, you have 2 weeks for the felt dolls to put them together. So you can embellish as much as you want, have so much fun doing this. It really, like, I can't stop touching it. Honestly, it's so fun. All these cute little French knots. It's just wonderful, you guys. So it's really fun. I'm going to be taking those to the pool with me and doing them this week for sure. I'm just going to drop you down the camera here and I'm going to just talk about a French knot. So I've started already on my second camel, some of these French knots, and I'll just walk you through it and show you how I do them. I am using all 6 strands. So sometimes I break it up when I'm doing lots of little detail work, but I want this to be like visually appealing and I want this to have that good texture for children. So I'm using all 6 strands in my needle and I'm doing just a single French knot. So sometimes I do it a double if it's not, but I'm just doing a single here and I'm going to show you how I did that. So just 1 second and I'll lower you down. All right, so like I said, I'm going to just show you how I did some of these French knots so you can kind of get a really good idea of this cute little sheep here. And then I just did straight stitches along this wise man. Looks like that on the back and looks like this on the back. Don't worry because that's all going to be covered up in week 4. So I'm just using an Aurifil floss that I feel like matches really, really good. And I've got all 6 strings, all 6 floss threads together here. So I did not separate it. I'm going to come in at, if you can see, there are these little pom-poms and I'm going to make floss pom-poms. So I'm going to pull this through. Sometimes when I do French knots, I do 2 wraps around and push through, but because I'm using 6 strands, I'm just going to do 1 here and I felt like it was enough. I experimented and I did do 2 to start, but I thought that was a little bit wobbly of a knot. So I'm really happy with just doing 1. So I'm pulling it through, wrap it around once and pull it tight. Then I'm going to put this needle in right close to where I came in, still holding this thread and push through. And then you've got that French knot. Easy, fun, great project to do by the pool, out on the deck, by the campfire. So, and there's lots of stability here because you can see I've backed this camel here with that backing, but you know, it's not completely attached, and that's okay. It's okay. I'm going to sew it at the last step anyways. And every time I'm stitching here, I'm, you know, reinforcing it more together, right? So it's just that it gives me a little bit more stability to work with right now. And that craft piece will be inside of the felt doll to, you know, prevent tearing and that floppiness that can happen over time when these are used and loved so much. So I'm just going to continue my way all the way around for these French knots. And like I said, you can do straight stitches here. You can mimic these little lines in the jewels and go all the way around. You can just add texture wherever you think that you'd like to add it. It's so much fun. I cannot wait to see your creativity. So thank you so much for being here. I really, truly hope that you have a very enjoyable week, being as creative as you want, picking out the details in these felt dolls that you want to embellish, and just having a lot of fun with it. Please share on social media so we can all cheer on your creativity and get inspired by each other. So thank you so much for that. Always tag at Be So Inspired, and then I can share your work as well. It's so, so much fun. Thank you so much for being here. And just a little heads up. So we are already at week 2 of the Silent Night Doll Panel Sew Along. So in August and September, we're doing the Greatest Gift Quilt Along. And this is a wonderful, fun row by row quilt. So please feel free to go and grab the PDF pattern from the Be So Inspired shop, or you can grab the paper pattern. There's lots of shops that are carrying it. Just Google it. So just you can grab the paper pattern from your local quilt shop or your favorite online shop. Grab the fabric to go with it if you like, and get ready for August and September for that quilt along. It's going to be great fun. In the meantime, enjoy your stitching, and I will see you back here next week. Bye for now.